Hi, and welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we're going to find out what you need to focus on in the month of June 2023. So all you have to do is pick one of these three items, whether it's the seashells or a rock, whatever jumped up at you first, and the timestamps will be down in the description box below. So let's get into the reading. Hey Group 1, and welcome to your reading. Let's find out what you need to focus on in June of this year. So you got homeland, arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building settled. And you got close and safe with the seagull. There's nothing more relieving than seeing a seagull after a long exploration at sea, as they're a sure sign that land is nearby and that you made it safe. You're very close to realizing or manifesting whatever it is that you've been wanting or working towards. The seagull is telling you that you're in the safe zone and can stop stressing now. You're so close, you're almost there. So it's interesting because you have homeland within a journey ends, and with the seagull card you got close and safe. So it feels like some of you may be returning back home, or maybe returning to your roots, returning to some sort of sanctuary or haven for you, whether that is your country or your actual physical home or apartment. Maybe home for you is being with a specific person, right? So home doesn't have to be a structure, right? It can be people who you feel safe around. So it's like you're returning back to your focus for June is returning back to something that makes you feel safe and at peace. So let's see what your I'll take out a card for you from a different oracle deck to see what else you need to focus on for the month of June. Oh. So you gotta respect your body, detox, rejuvenate, relax, and take time out. So because we have a cabin here, and the take time out and relax card, and the fact that this is about homeland, arrival, and everything, it kind of feels as if these cards are saying, or the universe even is telling you, that this arrival or this coming back to a sort of safe zone for you is about taking time out and relaxing. Maybe you were on some sort of a journey, even if you didn't leave, if you didn't travel. Journeys come in all sorts of different scenarios, right? So maybe this journey, even of your life journey, was so overwhelming, was so intense or powerful, that now is the time to go back to your safe zone, whatever that is, whether it's a person or a place. Go back to your sanctuary, and it's time to just relax and detox from everything that you went through. Just spending some quality time with yourself, maybe meditating, maybe drinking some tea, just allowing your body to heal and go through the process of just removing all the internal clutter that has been collected for these years or months or days, maybe, whatever it is. So let's see what your tarot has to say. What is going on? I need to focus on Okay. So I'm getting a sense here that for some people, this may have been a tragedy that you went through, something that really shook up um, your emotions or your life in general. It could have been some sort of a heartbreak, whether it's a breakup, a divorce, someone passing on, whatever it is. So it feels like coming back to a moment where you sort of need to step back and be in a safe place of your own heart, right? Somewhere where you can really take a step back and not be distracted, not be disturbed, just to have some peace of mind and some time to yourself. Whatever comes next for you, this will require you to first heal and take some time to yourself. Your focus will be to have a clear path for something that you're working on, something that really drives you, that, and maybe this overwhelming feeling that you have been going through was trying so hard to build something, but it just kept not working. So this time out and relaxation needs to happen in order to clear your mind from all the thoughts and the clutter that you've been collecting, because nothing has been working. Or maybe, maybe a business or something went well, but you were so stuck on something specific and you can't seem to work it out. So this, step back moment needs to happen in order to go through this sort of barrier and begin something new, because it's in your hands already. Okay, this thing is sort of guaranteed. It's not just a thought anymore. It's not just like a plan. Work has been put into it, whatever it may be. Work has been already put into it, so this is something that has the potential to thrive. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which talks about finances, as well as the Eight of Pentacles. So this could be a financial thing that can build up and, create more success for you. But this relaxation is required in order to continue with something that that may be your goal or something you wish to achieve. So let's see what advice or message there is for you. Be bold and make the first move. So if this is something to do with a relationship, maybe you've been hurting a lot because in your mind you planted the idea that someone may not like you or may be interested in you, but maybe you don't know the whole story. So it's best to have a conversation with this person and see where you guys stand. Is there any interest? Like, just be bold about it. Just be upfront and see where it goes, right? The worst that happens, person says they're just not interested, and that's okay. Maybe they just weren't meant for you. Maybe it's a blessing and you dodged a bullet, right? There are a lot of other people out there. If this is something to do with career, maybe be bold and maybe ask your boss for a promotion, if there's a promotion coming up, or if there's potential for a promotion, or maybe you know that you deserve a higher pay. Be bold about it and have a conversation. June requires you to sort of have a reflection, like reflect on where you are in life, what you want maybe, reflect on things that you have come from, right? Some hardships that you've been through. Um, Even like I said in the beginning, maybe your roots, maybe some of you are coming back to your roots. So there is some reflection maybe required here, but be bold about it, right? If you need something from life, then ask for it or go on and take it. Don't be, don't hold back and think you don't deserve something, or, you know, just try and see where it takes you. So that's all I have for you, Group 1 today. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please make sure to leave a comment, like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you do enjoy the readings, then maybe subscribe so that you can always be updated with more in the future. So I'll see you guys next time. Hello, my rock piles. So let us see what you need to focus on for June. You got the return of Aphrodite. Temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. Duels and challenges. Sword fights are common ground when you're sailing the high seas and discovering new lands. What challenges are you currently facing? What arguments or fights are you currently struggling with? Are you battling another person or yourself? So this may be maybe a fight of the self where some of you either are too prideful and egotistical, where you think you're all that, but you aren't. Or this could be someone who's battling themselves and aren't appreciating their sacred self, whether it's their sacred body, their temple, right? Maybe you're into OnlyFans and have been degrading yourself by selling your body, right? And not cherishing it and keeping it as sacred and something that is meant for you and someone that eventually you could truly love. Let's see, let's take out another card and see what else there can be. Okay, you got 2 cards here. Your focus needs to be connecting with Mother Earth and tune in and connect. So there are some connections here that maybe you're denying yourself because you're maybe treating yourself in an unhealthy way. Maybe you've been filling yourself up with trashy food, and because of that your body hasn't been feeling well. Maybe there's stomach complications, maybe there's back pain, and maybe there's something up with your organs, maybe there are headaches involved. Whatever this is, it could be linked to food, it can be linked to the energies around you, maybe maybe not surrounding yourself with the right people, and because of that those negative people have been leeching off your energy, and you're always feeling tired around them, or like you're lacking, or they make you feel bad, whatever it is. That's a sign for you that you need new people around you, because this isn't working for you. Some of you may be trashing your body in other ways. It could be sexually. Maybe your body has been overused so many times. But there is maybe this duel and challenge, this sort of fight card, talks about the internal struggle between your physical brain and your soul self. Your soul wants something pure and genuine for you, while your, physical brain wants something that is, part of the physical world, something quick and, the pleasure that you can get quickly, but that tends to be empty because it isn't something long term, it's just in the moment. So you're basically creating a void within yourself. So in order to battle that, in order to heal that, you basically need to connect with Mother Nature. It says plant, garden, harvest. So whether that is, maybe you connect better with nature by gardening, or planting flowers, having plants within your home. Um, it could be going on nature walks or just sitting by a body of water. Um, it could also be taking care of animals, whether that's caring for other people's animals, whether that is going for a walk with your or someone else's animal. You can even volunteer maybe at certain shelters to walk their dogs, whatever it is, but something you need to connect more with nature. With a Tuden Connect card, it says nonverbal communication, intuition, and messages. So this is a type of connecting with the universe where you don't need to speak, right? Because speaking, like when you speak, you can't hear the internal messages that come to you. That's why there's a saying that in order to see someone's intelligence, see how much they speak. Those who talk a lot have a lower level of intelligence, while those who are always quiet, they tend to observe more, and because they observe more, um, they hold that space basically to witness, right, to see, and because of that, they learn more. That's why those who speak less tend to have a better wisdom or like a higher level of intelligence than those who constantly talk. So for June, your duty here is to connect more with nature. Through that, you will be able to heal your inner self and your soul, because your soul will always feel connected and more at peace in a more natural surrounding. Okay, so group 2. What I'm seeing here is that there is a tower moment in June, and I do believe it's because of this fight, maybe an internal fight that you have going on with yourself. Things will need to break down. Your maybe belief system, your the way you see things needs to be broken down, and you need to focus on that in June. What is it that you believe in, and why do you actually believe in that? Does it come from some actual truth and evidence, or does it come from other people? Is it something that the media has told you, or does this have an actual backing, something to back it up with 100% evidence and, statistics? This can also be maybe internal struggle, a battle regarding a friend, right? So maybe you heard something about your friend that you feel they backstabbed you or something, but is it coming from someone who may have an agenda, or have you actually seen this for yourself? Because sometimes even when you see something from afar, right, you may judge it. For example, a girl that gets a new boyfriend, right, from afar, she sees some other girl hugging him. Suddenly she gets jealous, she gets angry, she goes, let's say, does a stupid thing like cheating on him, but then later finds out he was giving a hug to his sister or a cousin. And then she feels stupid for what she did, right? So just because you see something doesn't mean you have the full story. Just because you hear something doesn't mean you have the full story. So you need like 100% evidence, for things. So this mentality, this belief system you have needs to be broken down, okay? Because there's something stronger that's building within you. If you don't take this chance to connect with something higher than yourself, than the physical world, then you'll always continue having this internal battle with yourself, or even arguments with other people, right? So there needs to be, like with this Knight of Wands card, right? It feels like someone who is on guard, who is strong, right? Who knows what they're fighting for, who knows what they're standing for. Okay, this is something that needs to be built within you. You need morals, you need values. As the saying goes, when you don't stand for something, you fall for everything. And that's the reason why so many countries now are having issues internally, because they haven't stood their ground on certain things. They've accepted everyone and everything, and because of that, maybe their economy is crashing, maybe their citizens aren't safe because of who they let in, maybe, there's just so many different variables and issues that have caused people, when they just fall for everything and accept everyone and everything, right? That's how our planet, our species, tends to fall apart. Okay, so once this starts to fall apart and you know what you're fighting for, you know what it is you want, something new will come out of it, right? With the Fool card, this is a new journey, a new adventure, something new coming into your life, or opportunities, or a new door being opened for you, right? With the Lover's card here, this can talk about maybe a new love coming in, or maybe because now that you've, after this connecting and healing here, you're strong enough that someone with a strong mentality comes in and they are more willing to accept you because of this change that occurred, right? Because you have evolved and grown and seen a truth within you that you denied before, or didn't, or just realized maybe, right? But this can also talk about, hold on. Yeah, this can also talk about reflections, which is interesting because group 1 had a reflection type of reading. So this can be you looking at your internal self, right? You trying to figure out who you truly are. Questioning yourself. If you don't question yourself, your religion, or anything else in your life, you will never grow and you will never evolve. This is why religious figures, like from any sort of religion, sect, whatever, this is why they don't like their, people that come in to worship, they don't like them questioning things, because if they were to question their religion and what their religious leaders say, they will eventually might find out that they don't need them anymore, right? But your religious leaders, they want you coming back, which I feel is disservice to you, right? Because the right teacher doesn't teach you some things but wants you coming back to them your entire life, right? The right teacher will teach you all you need to function in society when you get out into the real world, so that you don't need them anymore, right? You have everything you need, all the building blocks you need in order to live your own life. That is what your religious leaders should be able to do for you, right? Because then every generation will continue coming to them in order to learn more, and then they will eventually, live their life with their spiritual intelligence, and they won't need them anymore. But that's why a new generation will come in, right? That's how it should be. But they don't want you questioning anything, because they want you to keep coming back, to keep donating your money, to keep, basically under them. They want to be that middleman between you and Prime Creator, right? But there should be no middleman. Your spiritual leaders should be teaching you how to connect with the Prime Source or the Prime Creator on your own, so that you don't need them. And you can do that. People find God, or whatever you want to call it, in so many different ways. And it's wrong for your religious leaders to tell you that this is the only way. Your religion is the only religion. Your Messiah or prophet is the only way through to God or to heaven or to whatever. That isn't the case. People find God in totally different ways. And that's why you shouldn't judge others or try to convert others, or even, try to make others believe what you believe, because everyone finds information, God, spirituality in so many different ways. It will never look the same. Maybe everyone will have the same goal, right? Love, peace, protection, safety, but no one will find that in the same way, right? So it's time to reflect, to question yourself, to question the way you've been living, so that you can grow into someone more powerful to do your own magic, even if you aren't, metaphorically. You can be a Christian, or, a Muslim, a pagan, or whatever, right? But doing your own magic doesn't mean actually doing magic, but just, living your own life, being your own person, being strong in who you are, your will, your belief, all of it. So June for you is about speaking less and truly observing and connecting, whether that's with society, other humans, nature. Try to just stay silent and observe. Listen, right? Truly listen. Don't just hear information, but truly listen. What is this information telling you? Read between the lines. Focus on someone's body language while they're telling you something. Are they telling you something positive but shaking their head left and right? That's telling you something that they aren't maybe speaking the truth. Are they telling you something negative that they don't want to do, or don't, they're telling you, I never want to hurt you, but they're shaking their head yes, as they, try to see, just observe. Don't put your own judgments or beliefs on something, but just observe to see what is in front of you. What are you seeing right now? Okay? So connect more. This will show you things that you haven't realized before. And because of that, it may shake up your entire belief system, and that's okay. Okay, you shouldn't feel shame or guilt for believing something that was never true, or believing a lie someone told you and you've been defending that lie for a long time. Don't feel shame or guilty. It's okay. It's okay to admit to yourself that you've been ignorant, or that, you've been stupid for a while. It's okay. Because the point of it is to grow from it, right? And this tower moment isn't something easy to face. This isn't just, yeah, I've been stupid for something, and that's that. This is something that maybe you'll want to deny. Maybe you'll want to still defend. But it can't, because what's coming in our future can be very difficult. And if you don't deal with this, if you don't have the true information, if you don't stand on the right side, you're going to fall with everything else that will be falling apart. Okay, so take the message as it is, however it resonates, fit it into your life however it is, because of course not everyone will have the same way of interpreting this. But that's all I have for you guys today. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment, tell me what you think, what pile you chose. And don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more videos and be updated on them in the future. So I'll see you guys next time. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading. So let us see what you need to focus on in June. Reflection. This is interesting. All 3 groups literally talk about reflection. So it seems like generally, on a global scale, June is about reflecting. Right? It says, what you contemplate can actualize. So what you think inside your mind can actually manifest, right? This is why the media will always talk about things that induce fear and negativity, because the more people focus on this, that tends to manifest in the world. That's why, the world is as it is. How many times have they talked about the world ending, right? Some big asteroid or something, just ending our species. They keep putting that into our minds. Every generation hears this. I've been hearing this since I was like in elementary school, and so many of these events, these dates have come to pass and nothing happens, right? But they keep and keep insisting on this. Why? Because they want to manifest this. In order to manifest this, they need a lot of people believing this on a like global scale, right? If everyone actually decided to stop watching the news, stop thinking doom and gloom, sure, danger is always a possibility, but fear is a choice, right? If everyone understood their emotions and actually decided to focus on the positive, focus on the blessings and the beauty amongst the chaos, right? So let's say people are fighting outside, right? You see two people fighting outside on the street. And instead of focusing on these people fighting and allowing them to sort of ruin the mood you had for the day or just ruin your day in general, maybe you focus on, I don't know, a cat that's chasing a butterfly, and you feel peace in that moment. So even though these people are fighting here, you feel peace because you're seeing this cat just, having fun and chasing this little butterfly. Or maybe you're living in shitty conditions, but you choose to make the best of it, right? Maybe, like personally, for me, like my house is full of mold, rain tends to leak in and everything, but I still decorate my room, if anything, with, seasonal items, things that I've collected throughout the years, whether it's free, in nature, things I've collected, or things I was able to purchase for myself, things I was gifted. I tend to decorate even though there's mold on the walls and, things are falling apart, paint is chipping on the walls. If you don't need money to renovate things, right? If you don't have it. But try to make the best of it, right? See the positive in it so that your mood is always bright and nothing can affect you then, right? Just look at how many times they've reported about like a white cop killing a black person on the news, right? They reported that so much, but it's never the other way around, right? Why? Because they want division. Now imagine instead of the black community coming out like in anger, right, and destroying everything around or protesting or whatever, imagine if in that moment they witness this, or even if they didn't witness it, but after they learn it, imagine if they all come out in huge groups, kneel on the ground and start to pray. Imagine the glitch in the matrix that the globalists would have. Imagine that you don't react as they want you to react. Imagine if this division they want to create does the opposite, and white and black come together in prayer and unity, right? Imagine how destructive that would be for the globalists, for the elite, right? So try to focus on the positive, right? Because everything you think of could manifest. So if you don't want division, if you don't want destruction, if you want peace, if you want unity, then don't react, no matter how angry you are at someone that did something, or someone that orchestrated something, no matter how angry you are at them, okay? Don't be angry at those people around you because they weren't part of it. Okay, so instead of reacting the way they want you to react in the opposite and find peace. eventually they won't be able to do this anymore. Because they have plans. They have plans for the next 30 years of what this world, should look like. And if you keep reacting how they want you to react, all you're doing is making their plans come true. Okay, so whoever needs to see this, if you are the one that keeps reacting in this way, do your best to heal whatever traumas you have going on within you, whatever belief system you have going on. Trust me when I say that what you were taught to believe, whether even it's by your parents and grandparents, because they have been educated in the wrong sense as well, right? So no matter how you've been educated, know that you have believed a generational lie. And this goes for maybe every race. Okay, this isn't just for one type of people or one type of group, okay? This goes for everyone. You've believed in the wrong things because you've been educated the wrong way. You weren't taught how to think, you were taught what to think, and that is dangerous. Okay? Okay, so for you guys, you got 2 cards. The first one is options and decisions. Sometimes pirates would come across footprints in the sand of those that journeyed before them. You're being asked to choose your path. Do you follow the path of others, or do you create a new path for yourself? Do you choose the safer option, or the unpredictable one that may be risky, but possibly rewarding? The path is yours to choose. So this is what I've been saying, right? It's like following everyone else's path basically leads to a hive mind, right? These fake spiritual people will tell you we're all one. It's like, sure, our soul comes from the same source, but here on this plane existence, we are individuals. We have been one, centuries ago when we weren't as evolved. Now that we have evolved to some degree, we need to live life as individuals, right? Not as a hive mind, not as trusting, what the collective has to say, how the collective acts, that's not what you're meant to do. You're meant to be you, right? So it may be scary, maybe unpredictable to be alone, to be alone in your sort of belief system or your thoughts or whatever. That's okay, because maybe you're paving a new road. Maybe you're opening up a new path for yourself and even others who, for the future, who may not have even realized that this new path could be it for them. But it was you who opened that up, right? So don't just jump on board what the collective does, okay? Think for yourself. And don't just think in the moment. Think long term. How can this one decision, one act, how can that affect you or others in the long term? Right? That's what the ancient people of, before did. They didn't build structures just to last them for their own generation or their own life. They created structures like cathedrals, even the pyramids, things that can last for future lifetimes. Okay, so don't be selfish and just think what's right for you and only you. Think of something that can last for your children, your grandchildren. That's why people had morals and values back then, and that's why things lasted a long time and things were even of quality, right? Look at anything now. You buy something and it lasts you for maybe 3-4 years, then you have to buy something again. We still have a fridge from my grandmother, who bought this fridge back in the 40s or 50s. It still runs today. That's what quality was back then. So your second card is Mermaid, Disguise and Danger. Mermaids are dangerous creatures that show you only what they want you to see. So while you may be blinded by beautiful maiden, you're not able to see the deadly nightmare. Stay cautious of those that have ulterior motives and seem to only seek their own gain and benefit. You're swimming in dangerous waters and nothing is as it seems. You see how all this ties together? So maybe you've even been following a crowd of people that you thought were, your people or your friends just because of their group, of what they're associated with, of maybe their race or whatever this is. But you've been blinded. You've been following the wrong people. And it's interesting because it's usually your enemy that will help you before those that you feel are you're closest to. And I don't just mean like, emotional ties or something, but just something that ties you on some physical scale, right? So let's see what else there is for you. Okay, so you gotta take time out, which is beneficial, because if you've been following the wrong crowd, if you've been following the wrong information, the wrong agenda, and things that you need to take time out and really reflect, right? Reflect on what you have been doing. Reflect on your belief system, on your ideas and your ideologies, because something isn't working out here. Something isn't right. Nature spirits, elves, fairies, rock formations. So it is time to reflect, time out, take time out, and maybe go somewhere, find a natural place that feels so mystical and enchanting to you, okay? Even if it's just a fountain, a beautiful fountain that you just feel connected to. Find some place that's so enchanting to you, that makes you feel close to some fantastical world. Because as much as, this physical world wants to, society in general wants to make you believe that these spirits and stuff is just some mumbo jumbo, or something that, just exists in myths and legends. There's truth to every story, right? How is it that if all that people ever had around them is animals and humans, right? How do they come to the idea of these fantastical creatures? Like, if all you know is humans, how do you come to the idea of these beings with elven ears? How do you even have words for them? How do you come to the idea of half human, half, fish, even though mermaids aren't really fish, they're mammals, but, you know, how do you come to these conclusions? Because if it's all about just, creating hybrids from, this human with this creature, that doesn't make sense, because we don't have these, popularized hybrid beings for every single creature. It's only some specific ones. So there has to be some truth behind it, right? So what these cards are sort of trying to say is that you've been so infused with this material world, with this physical world, which is technically an illusion. You've been so infused in it, that's why it makes you angry, it bothers you, it triggers you easily. You aren't seeing the truth, and the only place you can actually see truth is in nature. Nature never lies and never deceives. Sure, it can, be a little tricky, right? Like foxes are known to be sly and stuff, but they're honest. They show you what they are, right? As I said before in some other readings, a lion, if it's hungry, it's not going to pretend it's not hungry, like humans do. We want to have manners or something, and we say, no, I'm fine, I'm good, I don't need a glass of water or something. We don't want to inconvenience someone, but really deep down we're like thirsty or so hungry, like, only humans lie. Animals may, play little tricks and stuff, but they're still honest in what they do. Like they'll trick you in front of you, so you basically are seeing the trick. So technically it's not even a trick. They're just, sly in their little ways. But they're always honest in what they want and how they feel. Like they're always honest. So if you're truly seeking some peace of mind, if you're truly seeking honesty, you need to spend time amongst the nature spirits. Even if you don't believe in any of it, just sit somewhere, talk to, the trees, who cares? Just voice how you feel, okay? So June is basically telling you guys to reflect more. You've been following the wrong crowd, the wrong community. Maybe even the community you've been following, maybe even they're blinded. You know, these agendas have been planned for a long time, okay? So don't act as they want you to act. When something happens, sit back and try to reflect, okay? So that's all I have for you guys today. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. I always love hearing from you guys. And I'll see you guys next time.